Hello everyone and welcome to our Halloween edition of The Buzz.
I seem to have lost myself.
But not your head. Alright, kickoff kudos. I'll begin with Austin Ham of Bloomfield, who won the Class D boys cross country state title last Friday in Kearney. As a freshman, Ham finished 12th in state. As a sophomore, he finished 10th. As a junior, he finished 4th, and as a senior, he finished 1st. And what another interesting note is he cut 1 minute, 12.9 seconds off his freshman time to his senior time.
The Crofton girls cross country team also proved that Knox County is full of runners. I'm going to quit trying to talk in a Halloween voice because I just can't do it and I need my body. The Warriors won their 6th consecutive Class D state championship, meaning they're only 2 away from tying the mark that the teams in the 80s set when they won 8 straight. The team of, and I want to get these names correctly, so I'm going to read them, Danielle Reesberg, Tiffany Tramp, Kendi Kuby, Vanessa McFarland, Abigail Braun, and Elizabeth Kuby won the state championship this year for the Warriors.
You know, I thought I was clever with the one for the other thumb headline, but actually they have 15 now, so enough for 3 hands.
One for the extra Halloween hand. One hand.
All right, time to go to Eddie on the spot, who has some very interesting questions to ask Howell's coach, Sarah Edwards.
I'm with Coach Sarah Edwards from Howell's, and Coach, your team is having a successful season with its final year known as the Bobcats. Can you summarize how you feel your team has played so far this year?
Very proud of the girls this year. They have 2 senior leaders, Amber and Caitlin, and they've come out and got the girls together. Practices are tough and hard. It's been a very successful year. They have the momentum going into the season, and we're just going to keep pushing through.
Knowing as the season has progressed, I know you guys, the last 2 years you've come up with the runner-up trophy down at state.
Right.
Obviously you're on pace for another great run, hopefully, to the state tournament. What are their mindsets within these final few weeks of the season?
Well, being the final few games of being the Bobcats, of course they want to leave their legacy. So that's the big talk around town is, ladies, you got to go out and work. Give us your all, give us the best for this being the last year, and that's their goal. They want to get to state, they want to earn their way to state, and then they want to leave the mark at state. They of course are thrilled to have the second place, but they would really like to go for that first place. So one step at a time. We got to work through sub-districts and get through districts, but they're willing to put in that work, and we're going to do what we can.
Thanks for that. Good stuff, Eddie.
Must have got a little chilly in here all of a sudden.
I don't know what happened. Suddenly I was wearing a jacket and my glasses fell off.
All right, let's talk a little football, starting with pro football. Which game would you rather watch if I made you watch? New Orleans' 62-7 win over Indianapolis, or Cleveland's 6-3 win over Seattle?
I would much rather watch the Saints destroy the Colts.
College football. Joe Paterno. Joe Paterno.
Long, uncomfortable pause.
Joe Paterno reaches another milestone, earning his 408th win to tie Hall of Famer Eddie Robinson for most individual in history.
So I wonder, personally, does Joe Paterno have more wins or hip replacements?
By the way, Nebraska has a pretty important game against Michigan State.
Sparty.
2 things I'm concerned with. They come in with a veteran quarterback and an awesome defense.
One thing I'm not concerned with is I think Michigan State will probably suffer quite a letdown after having big games in the last 2 weeks against Michigan and Wisconsin.
All right, quickly, let's move to high school football, where 31 teams have qualified from the area.
Is that correct? 31 teams? I haven't even.
I had 30 with C&D, and then we got the concerned caller.
Really? Oh, Elkhorn Valley with 6-man. Correct. Elkhorn Valley makes it 31 area teams. They open their playoff schedule on Friday against Arcadia at home. They're the number 2 team in the state. I want to kind of go class by class as quickly as I can here. Starting in Class C1, where Norfolk Catholic and Pierce are the obvious favorites. Catholic and Pierce met earlier in the regular season. Norfolk Catholic won a thriller in that one. A lot of injuries are plaguing both teams, but you still got to figure whoever makes it out of this game will be the favorite to win the Class C1 state championship. In Class C2, Crofton is one of the favorites because of Tom Pites. Pites might be the best back in the entire state. Of course, Hastings St. Cecilia, which won last year's state championship, is also one of the favorites to win it again this year. In Class D1, it's wide open, kind of like the Dixie Chicks sang, "Wide Open Spaces" in the late 90s. One of the best country songs ever. From around here, you got to look at Pender, Elgin Public Pope John, and possibly West Point Guardian Angels Central Catholic as a few of the teams that could play for a state championship. In Class D2, again, it's Howells. The Bobcats have won 9 championships in 11 years, and there's no reason to think that they won't make this 10 out of 12. Of course, Humphrey St. Francis, Sargent, Pleasanton, Pawnee City, O'Neill St. Mary's, and several other teams have something to say about that.
I did like the Dixie Chicks.
Who didn't?
Hey, thanks for joining Tom and I. And
I wonder
don't
if Earl has died yet.
forget to join us next Wednesday?
Sometime
Next
like that.
Wednesday for another edition of The Buzz.